Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. I know it's been a few days since I have, uploaded a video, but definitely want to get back and talk about something that's going on after the Super Bowl. Well, really want to talk about the game, and that was a lot of people thought it started off a little rough, but got better in the second half. I thoroughly enjoyed it because I'm not one of those who doesn't like seeing defense in the Super Bowl. But the aftermath of that game has been, I would say, a little interesting because Steve Wilks, you saw in the title, scapegoat, ends up losing his job after the 49ers were, third best in the NFL defensively? Yes, they struggled, during the playoffs. First two games, not really that good defensively, but they still won those games. So obviously you could say the defense just did enough to win them. And if you want to criticize them for that, that's fine. But now they get to the Super Bowl. They're facing the Chiefs team, probably beating all the odds, necessarily getting back there. They held them to 19 points in regulation. Seems like a pretty good defensive output. Yes, they gave up the touchdown in overtime, but can we necessarily put that all on Steve Wilks? They did lose Greenlaw during the game. Greenlaw was having a really good game. He was a big part of the defensive game plan. So maybe Wilks should have gotten some, generosity because of that. But I went back and kind of looked at the stats and everything of the game because I just felt like something's a little off with the decision. So here are several instances that happened during this game that led to the Niners losing that Steve Wilks had zero to deal with. So the fact that the Niners took the opening drive, going down the field, ended with a fumble. Steve Wilks had nothing to do with that. The defense goes out there, shuts the Chiefs down. Okay. The Niners score, and Moody misses the extra point. Because, I don't know, his foot, his step to the ball and then his foot placement, he basically ended up kicking the ball with his ankle, came out low, blocked. Defense had nothing to do with that. See, start of the second half, Chiefs get the ball. Mahomes throws an interception. The Niners get the ball at the 44-yard line of the Chiefs. You're thinking at that point, worst case, you're attempting a field goal. You got short field. You regain momentum. If the Chiefs thought they might have been able to get any starting the second half, you got it with the interception. It's right there in front of you. What does the offense do? 3 straight passing plays, only gain 4 yards because of Brock Purdy drop back where nothing was open and he took off and gained 4 yards. But you punt. Missed opportunity there. Later in that quarter, once again, the defense did its job, forced the punt. What happened? The punt hits one of the blockers' insteps. Ray McLeod, instead of jumping on the ball and keeping possession, tries to run up to the ball, scoop it up while running, can never get his hands on it. Chiefs get the ball 2 plays later. Touchdown. Chiefs get their first touchdown. Momentum switch right there. Yes, the defense gave it the touchdown, but you got to remember, the defense forced the punt. The special teams can't do their job. Defense goes right back out there. They give it a touchdown. Once again, I guess you give Steve Wilks a little bit of blame for that, but let's be honest, no. Like I said, defense, 19 points in regulation. With the way the first half went, you probably think the Niners should have scored more than 10 points. That's one. Two, start of the second half, as I just mentioned, it was with 2 or 3 straight drives with no running plays called, which led to the offense doing nothing, even though Christian McCaffrey is your best offensive player, has been all season. But once again, Shanahan, with his genius, abandons the run, crucial point of the game, for no reason. This is what plagued him in that 28-3 comeback, and it plagued him in this game ultimately. Then the last decision. Shanahan, in all his wisdom, takes the ball to start overtime, which is fine. Because if you're going to take the ball first, your mentality has to be touchdown or nothing. What do? They drive all the way down, get into the red zone, stall out, and decide to kick a field goal. So, I guess for everybody who was looking to blame Steve Wilks here, if you were now in Kyle Shanahan's shoes, would you leave it up to your defense now to stop Mahomes and the Chiefs after capturing all the momentum in the game because of stuff the offense couldn't do and stuff that the special teams did to give the Chiefs momentum? Now you're putting out Steve Wilks in that defense with, at this point, Greenlaw being out, to now stop the Chiefs from scoring a touchdown. I mean, I know Shanahan talked about their whole game plan was about the third possession. So their assumption was you take the ball first, you do whatever, you force the Chiefs to match that, and then now you get the ball the third possession, where all you need is to score, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, you win. I mean, that's wishful thinking, but you have to believe with a quarterback like Mahomes, with a championship pedigree like the Chiefs, a field goal in overtime is not enough. Sorry. So, once again, that's on Shanahan. That's on the offense. So, yeah, we all know how it ended. Mahomes now understanding that every drive is a 4-down drive until you get into field goal range. And then at that point, it's all about how you execute and everything like that. And look, I don't know about most of you, but I knew once the Niners kicked that field goal, the game was over. So Wilks ends up getting fired. Like I said, is it justified? To me, no. That also doesn't mean what I just ran through means that Steve Wilks is off the hook. No, I did say the other games of the playoffs, the defense wasn't up to par, but they still won those games. You could call into question some of the defensive decisions late in the game. Yes, Greenlaw going out with the injury. He was the primary, defender when it came to Travis Kelce with help over the top. So once Greenlaw was gone, the decision to put Fred Warner on certain plays on Kelce one-on-one, man coverage, yes, probably foolish. Sure, that's Wilks' fault. That was his adjustment to the Greenlaw injury. A couple of plays, I believe on that drive to start overtime for the Chiefs, they were caught in like 2nd and long or like 3rd and medium. He was playing defense so far off that all it took was Mahomes to, throw a little quick out and you're getting like 5-6 yards on a play. So it showed like kind of a lack of aggression. You could blame Wilks for that. There was that 4th down play when they were driving. I'm trying to think what point that was. I think that was on the overtime drive where it was like 4th and short. I guess a lot of people watching were thinking Mahomes or Kelce's getting the ball. And that was the play where Mahomes faked the handoff, went off right tackle, and gained 10 yards or something. That's a situation. A lot of people saying you should probably know Mahomes would keep the ball there. I'm not going to hammer Steve Wilks too much for that one, because it's not like Mahomes is Lamar Jackson or something where Lamar's probably 95% going to run. Mahomes he could have made a play with an arm. They could have handed it off to Pacheco. You probably doubt that. But that's probably the most you could put on Wilks. To now, after the everything's happened, to fire him after one season as a defensive coordinator. Once again, third in the league defensively. The defense may not have been the best it was good enough to get you to the Super Bowl. Gave up 19 points to the Chiefs in regulation. Yes, he gave the touchdown overtime. I understand that, but does not seem like it adds up to him getting fired. Now, if you wanted to go into next season with him as defensive coordinator, putting a little bit more pressure on him for the defense to be more consistent all season, fine. If they don't make the playoffs or whatever next season, and you think it's because of the defense regressing, and you want to make a change there, I guess. But it just doesn't seem to make sense when, once again, this is Shanahan's third Super Bowl, 10-point lead. His teams have not been able to hold the lead. Last time I checked, Steve Wilks was not a part of all three of those. Just saying. So, look, you let me know down in the comment section whether or not you agree with Steve Wilks being fired after one season as defensive coordinator. And if you think he's a scapegoat, because a lot of this is probably Shanahan not wanting to own up necessarily to his shortcomings in this game. And I went through quite a few instances where Shanahan, the offense, special teams, failed. Steve Wilks is the defensive coordinator. Just saying. So, let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this. I mean, do you think the Niners championship window's closed? I don't know. There's been some other stuff around the team. Some guys talking that probably shouldn't be. A lot of excuse making. I don't know what's going on with the Niners, but season's over. They get to try it all again next year. I'm sure there's got to be some pressure on Shanahan to get it done. Finally, 3 times 10-point lead, you can't get it done at least once. And you're supposed to be an offensive genius. I don't know. Something's not right there. But like I said, let me know in the comment section. Appreciate you tuning in. Really do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, let other people know. Hit me up on any of the socials here on the screen. I would greatly appreciate it. But until the next video, be safe. God bless. And I'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.